This tutorial is created for self-publishing authors who may not have design experience but still want to format their books on their own for free, who want to watch a single video that actually works and teaches them how to format a book correctly and professionally. I will show you how you can format your book for free using Affinity. You will be able to prepare a clean and professional interior that you can upload on Amazon KDP, IngramSpark, and any other publishing platform. Affinity is a powerful and free software that allows you to format your book as a print book, ebook, design a cover, and do a lot of other great things. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Akadil and I'm a book formatting designer and publishing expert with more than 12 years of experience. Over the last 3 years, I have completed about 1,500 orders on Fiverr and received excellent feedback from authors around the world. On this channel, I help self-publishing authors format their books, design covers, and publish on Amazon KDP and many other platforms. Join me because I will be sharing a lot of useful videos for self-publishing authors and designers. First, we begin with technical editing. This stage is very important because it prepares your manuscript for further formatting. Technical editing is actually cleaning your manuscript, fixing some issues. Okay, let's see what kind of issues your manuscript could have. Click on this button, Show Hide Special Characters. And the first issue that any manuscript contains, or any manuscript has, is this empty paragraphs. So this character is a paragraph character, means the end of the paragraph, yes, a new paragraph. But those are empty paragraphs. It happens when people want to introduce empty line between two paragraphs by hitting enter. But it's not correct way to do it. Okay, let's continue. Another issue is a page break before the heading. So the chapter 1 ends with a page break. This is also not correct and we must fix it. Another issue is this empty lines between the paragraphs. So you see, those are not correct. We must fix it. If you want to introduce an empty line between the paragraphs, there are a better way to do this instead of like this. It's all a mistake which will make it difficult to correctly format it in Affinity. When people want to indent the paragraph, they might just enter the space a lot of times, but this is not correct, yes. The indentation must be made with a ruler and all these empty spaces must be deleted. Another issue is this double space between the words. That happens when you misclick or click the space button twice between the words while typing. First thing you need to do is select everything, Ctrl A, and we must uniform the text. Right now you see it's Times New Roman. Never use Times New Roman in your books, in ebooks or any other documents. Okay, just click Ctrl A, select everything, and let's work with Garamond font. Garamond is much better font for book. It's more readable, clean, and will make your book pretty. After that, choose font 12, line spacing 1.15, go to the layout, disable hyphenation, it should be none, indentation left 0, right 0, spacing before should be 0 and after should be 0. So we are now preparing your manuscript for formatting. It's not yet formatting. Once this is done, I recommend you to auto-replace all quotes. You see here, this is a curly quotes, but sometimes when you hit, for example, when you want to place this word inside the quotation mark, you see, first thing you see is the prime. It's not a curly quote, but straight quote. All quotations must be curly, okay? To get rid of the primes, you just want to search quotes and replace it with quote. Replace all. This will auto-replace all these quotation marks, so all primes will be replaced with quotes, curly quotes. The same with the apostrophe. If you have any primes, it will replace with curly apostrophe, which is correct for books. Next, we must search all double spaces. Let's start from the beginning of the book. You see here double space. This is wrong. We should replace it with one space. In here in this field, you should type just one space. On the find double space. And when you see this, you just click replace. It's replaced. This one should also be replaced. And here, be careful with this one, because this indentations, yes, was made intentionally by the author. Like, author wanted to have this layout like this, and we should not change it. Let's keep it as is right now. And you see this these indentations, right? Those should be made correctly. And you see another mistake here. Okay, this paragraph looks like this looks like one paragraph. This looks like another paragraph. But when you reveal the hidden characters, you see that this is a line break, and this is one paragraph here. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. When you introduce a new paragraph, don't hit Shift Enter. Shift Enter introduces a line break. Line break doesn't start a new paragraph. To start a new paragraph, you should click Enter and get rid of these empty spaces before the paragraph starts. If you have a lot of empty spaces and you don't have poems like you see before, you can just find all two empty spaces and replace with one space. That should work. But for this book, we must be careful, and we do it manually. First, to show you how it works. Two, so that we don't want to change the poems. Here again, that's fine because it's a poem or something like that, which author wanted to keep it as a single paragraph here, alright? Okay, and you do this for the whole book, yes? You have to check carefully. The next thing that you want to do is to find all line breaks. This you can find the line breaks by typing pyramid L, or you can find it here, a manual line break. So, okay, here, this one is a poem, yes? We don't change this line break to new paragraph because it should stay like one paragraph with line breaks. Okay, let's see further. We found the incorrectly placed line break here. So this one, this is the paragraph, and this one is paragraph, right? And this is another paragraph. All this should be made as a correct paragraph. So you just delete this and make a new paragraph by clicking just enter. Okay, this should look like this. If you don't have poems like here, just regular text, regular paragraphs, you could find all line breaks and replace it with pyramid 13 with a new paragraph and just replace all. But be careful, you don't want to delete the line breaks that should be there. Another issue is this, for example, space and new paragraph. You see here, at the end of the paragraph here, there is a space and then a new paragraph. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it might be an issue in the formatting, but let's get rid of it. You just find space and paragraph and replace it with just paragraph. There are a lot of such instances. Replace all, and now you have a clean paragraph. Another issue is that there is a space before the paragraph starts, like this here. Yeah, this is issue because you see it's not correctly aligned. It's not it doesn't start correctly in one line. Okay, and you want to get rid of all of them, but don't touch this one because you see it's so pretty. Author wants to look this like a wave, and we don't want to lose this layout. We just remove the spaces between the actual paragraphs. Just hit replace, 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 and so on. If you have a lot of such instances, you can just click replace all. That will be much easier. The next thing is two paragraphs, like the one I have showed you, yes, like this. It's not correct. You should replace it with only one paragraph. Okay? So it looks like this. No empty paragraphs at all inside the book. This one, it's a mistake. It looks like empty lines, but seems like the author just misclicked. So replace, 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 replace. Here also empty paragraph before chapter, so delete it. Okay, this one should be replaced. Replace, and do like this for the whole book. Just find the empty lines that you want to get rid of and replace it with a single paragraph. Okay, great. The next thing is to give it the structure. So you see here there is nothing outlined here, but we must see the headings. So we must say that this one is chapter 1, so heading 1. Let's click it. You see it changed, and here we have this structure, heading 1. Okay, let's find the next chapter 2. This is heading 1, and we see. So we must set a structure, yes, all heading 1s. Here in this book there is only one level of headings, but if you also have a chapter 1.2, like second level, make it headings 2. If you have a third level, make it headings 3, and so on and so on. You want to do this for all chapters inside your book. Okay, great. We have completed outlining our headings, and now this time is to stylize it. Inserting page breaks before headings is not correct way, so we must get rid of all these manually placed page breaks. For that, let's find manual page break or pyramid M. You see those? And let's replace it with nothing, so delete everything. Okay, great. We don't want those page breaks. But now you see, yes, we have our chapter heading starting just somewhere within the page, but those should start on the new page. For that, you select this heading, then you can stylize, say this is Garamond, let's say it's 14, center it, make it black or just automatic, bold, add some space after, like 24, then right click on it, go to paragraph, line and page breaks, page break before, boom, it's here. Yeah, you see? So the page break before function is already within this style. So let's update this style. Okay, we updated to match this selection. We set update heading 1 so that it matches this selection. Let's check other headings. Okay, great. Everything starts on the next page. This is the correct way to introduce a new chapter. And yes, so now we can set the title just bigger. If you want to add space between two paragraphs, you do it with a layout, spacing after, add some space after this paragraph, like this. Okay, great. Chapter 1, you have it. If you have something like this, asterisk, Just remember that you have this, and when we'll format it, we will correctly work with those stuff. One trick, one tip is that if you don't want to manually click on all chapters, let's imagine you have 50 chapters and like also 50 subchapters and something like that, you can just make a shortcut, go to modify, and here you see shortcut key, and for me it's Control 1. Every time I hit Control 1 it becomes a heading 1. For example, I click on Control 1 and you see this paragraph became a heading 1. You can also do some shortcut for yourself which is more comfortable for you and do this much faster. Now that technical editing is complete, we can move on to getting Affinity and formatting your book for publishing. Let's take a quick pause so you can stretch a little and tap that like button. And while you are resting, hit subscribe to stay updated with all my new videos on book formatting and publishing. Your book will thank you for it. Affinity is a free software and it's very powerful. In your browser type Affinity and you should see this website. I will also put the link in the description, and download the Affinity software. Once it's ready, let's open Affinity. And the first you see is a welcome window. We need to create a new project. Click this new button. There are a lot of presets and you can see that they are grouped for different purposes. So let's go to the page size CMYK, choose 6 by 9 inches or 5.5 by 8.5 inches. You can also type in your own page trim size, but let's proceed with a 5.5 by 8.5 inches. It's a common trim size for books and it's a standard on Amazon KDP. So here we need to tweak something. 5.5 by 8.5 inches CMYK. This we don't touch it here. Go to multi-page and enable this. Number of pages, let's create 3. So we have 3 pages loaded when we first open the project. Default master, enable it. You can also change the document units from inches to points or millimeters or centimeters, whatever. Let's put it as a millimeters. And then margins. For margins, I recommend setting 20 for inner, outer is 18, top 20, bottom 23, so that we have more room at the bottom for the footer. We don't need bleed, disable it, and create document. Cool. This our 3 pages. You can see that it's not like a Word. We cannot click here and just start typing. No, it doesn't work like that. To type a text, you need to place a text frame on it, right? And then you can type. Okay. And we have a master page. Master page is automatically set on all pages that you see here, and every change made on the master page are reflected on regular pages. On the master page, we need to add text frames. You can click T on your keyboard and then you see add the text frame tool, and add a text frame right on your margin. These lines that you see are your margins. So let's add it here. Okay, now we have to link this text frame with this text frame. So you see we added one text frame here and we added one text frame here. And we must link them so that text from this text frame flows to this one, to the right side. Click on this arrow and link. So you see it's flowing now. Let's go to the regular pages and you can see that they are also linked. Once the master page are ready, let's go to our Word document, select everything, go to Affinity, click on the very first page and paste. So you have just pasted all this text content from the Word to your Affinity, but you don't see the whole book. It's because all the content that we copied from the Word is placed only in this text frame on this page, and it shows us that this text frame contains some element that are not shown, that couldn't fit. For this reason, we click on this arrow and link this frame to the frame below it. Okay, great. Since in our master page we have connected this frame to this frame, they flow automatically. So from here to here, here, but again, there are not enough pages. Now we need to hold shift and click on this arrow so that we see all the content that we copied from the Word. In this way, we automatically created as much pages as needed and automatically connected them. Okay, great. Now we don't see these red eyes, and it means that we see the whole content on these frames. Okay, now we need to set the font for the main text. Since we have set it as Garamond on the Microsoft Word, it's automatically placed as Garamond. So everything that we did on Office, we see it here. Now we need to adjust the fonts and paragraph settings. For that, select the whole text, Ctrl A. If you don't see these tabs here, character and paragraph, go to Window and go to the text and select character and paragraph. Okay, since we set it as a Garamond in Word, this will be automatically also set as Garamond. Let's proceed with it. You can also set any other font as you like, but Garamond is a great font for books, so let's proceed with it. The main font, let's choose it as 11. For books, I recommend choosing something between 10 and 12 points, and 11 is a good middle point. Okay, and the color should be K100. For that, you go to CMYK sliders, and here you put 0, M0, this Y0, a K you set to 100. This ensures that our black color is 100 black in CMYK mode. Then choose the language, it's English. Hyphenation, choose also if it's United Kingdom, please choose United Kingdom. If it's United States or something else, you can choose another language. Let's proceed with United States and don't change anything else. And go to the paragraph tab. So first thing we need to set is leading. Leading is a distance between two lines. Put it exactly and set it as 15 point. It makes great spacing between lines and it makes the book readable. So the spacing from the left should be 0, from the right side should be 0. I recommend typing 0 anyway if you see this as set 0. And the indentations should be, first line indentation should be equal to the leading. So it should be 15 points. You see, these fields also work as a calculator or converter. You can type it as in point, but this will convert to millimeters. Later, if you want to add some specific amount of millimeters here, you can like set it plus 1.6 and you have 6.9. So it works as a calculator as well. And set this to 0. Last space after the paragraph also 0. Tab stop, we don't need to change anything. Justification, let's leave it as is. Flow option. you want to make sure that prevent orphan first lines is enabled and prevent without lies also enabled. Okay, go to hyphenation, click on use auto hyphenation, so we hyphenate all these lines. I recommend setting minimum word length is to 6, so the minimum word length for the hyphenation is 6. If the word has 5 characters or 4, it will not be hyphenated. Minimum prefix should be 3, minimum suffix also 3, and maximum consecutive hyphens I recommend setting 3. So we don't have a lot of hyphenated words one under another, only 3. And now we need to adjust the heading. For that, you can select the heading, go to the text styles, and you see that this is heading 1, the style that we created in Word. Go to characters, so let's make it 14 points. Let's make it bold. I recommend putting the heading a little bit down, not right on the top of the text frame. For that, you could set the space before to like 30, but it doesn't work, and we need to use space before, we need to change it to always 30, because the spacings should be divisible by leading, so it must be multipliers of the leading. And space after, let's set it 60. It should look like this. You can click on Ctrl W to toggle the preview, or you can also check it in view. Select the heading, and it always should start on next page. Disable auto hyphenation for headings. Okay, now we need to update this style so that every heading is updated automatically. Go to text styles, click on heading, and update heading 1. Heading 1 will be updated to look like this. But you can see that it was not updated here in chapter 2, in chapter 3, and nowhere. It's because we copied the text from Word, and it has some settings already migrated from Word, so we need to force update this. Go to find and replace. Let's click on window and layout. Find and replace. Okay, what we need to find is heading 1. We can find styles. Yes, here, let's find heading 1. Find, and we found all heading 1s. And we need to replace it with heading 1 again. So we find heading 1 and replace it with heading 1. It's kind of force update. So we apply the settings that we did with the heading 1. We need to do this only when we update the heading for the first time. If we update the headings next time, we don't need to do this find and replace things. Just go to Garamond. So for example, let's choose another font. Yes, you see that it's not updated here, but we should update it here in the style. Okay, and you can see that it was updated everywhere. Let's change back to Garamond, update, and Garamond bold. Okay, update. Now we need to go through the book and make sure that everything is correct. The very first chapter and anything before the first chapter, like table of contents, dedication, any other sections, should always start on the right side. So we start the very first chapter on the right side. Go to the paragraph, and not on next page, but on next order page. It should start on the right side. And the first paragraph should not be indented. remove indentation. Great. Let's check the book one page by one. So you see we have this section breaks. So we can put it in the center, remove first line indentation, add spacings before it, like 15 points before and 15 points after it. And the next paragraph should also start without indentations. Okay. And do this in the whole book. Now, for example, you see here, there should be space before the poem and after the poem. To do this, click on the paragraph before the poem, add space, and click on the last line of the poem, add space after, 15 points. Okay. Such things, when the last line ends like this with short word or with just some letters, we should remove it. You can go to paragraph, go to justification, and decrease this minimum word spacing amount. And now the ing on the last line moved to the line before it. We could also make the headings much prettier than this. So let's put the cursor here and click Shift Enter. Now we have chapter and number on the top and the title of the chapter on the bottom. We can increase the leading for it. Yeah, we should increase because now we have bigger font and the leading should be like, let's say 20. So there are more room for it. And let's save it, update. Now you can repeat this for every chapter. And you see that accidentally we indented the first line. Remove it. Update heading 1. Great. This looks much better. For example, you could see something like this when there is only 2 lines and on the second line there is only 1 word. You could try to change the minimum spacing here to 60, but it doesn't work. You could also change the tracking, the spacings between the words, but be careful that the words in this case is not too clumped together. Here I've changed the tracking to -15 percentile and it looks okay. But if it would go even lower like this, you see now the words like touching each other. I mean the letters are touching each other and it's too tight. It shouldn't look like this. If nothing works, you could just leave it as is. Okay, now we went through the whole book and made sure that it's laid out correctly and no issues. Now what we need to do is to add a half title page. A half title page is the very first page that you see in the book. On the half title we usually place the book title itself alone. And on the next page here, on the third page, that should be a title page. So let's move this line to the next auth page. Like this. This one is a half title page and this one is a title page. Let's design title page. The title should be bold and all capitals. Let's go to text, go to capitalization and check title case. Oops. Sorry, not title case, but all caps. And it should be as big as possible. So let's set it 20, Alice's Adventures, and in Wonderland, let's put it on the next line and put it even 22. And now since we increased the font, we must increase the heading, the leading, sorry, and move it down a little bit. If you want to move this title down, never click enter. You see it moved to the next page, but you should use the space before function, like 60 or like 90. And the author name, I recommend deleting by, just leave the author name, set it like 14 and add space before it, also like 30, or you can make it even bigger, and let's make it 60. Okay, this is our title page. This is our half title. We also should increase the font here, so like to 18, make it all caps. Oops. In Wonderland. And also move it below, move it down a little bit, just as you would do it in the title page. Copyright information should be placed on this page. 1, 2, 3, 4, on the fourth page. The second page is left empty. On the right side, on the third page, we have a title page, and on the fourth page we have our copyright information. You could generate a copyright page with ChatGPT. Write a copyright information for the book. Okay, great. And paste it here. Remove space before. Okay, this line should start on the next page, like so. Okay, great. Remove first line indent and add space before them, like 5 points. Yes, the font on the copyright page should be smaller than on the main page, than on the main text. Here you could write the year by author. Author name is here, Lewis Carroll. Just copy it and paste it without formatting. Please read this copyright information, make sure that it's correct. You could add also something from your own perspective, some information, maybe your email or maybe some disclaimer also goes here. And let's delete this one. Printed, since we are preparing it for Amazon, you can delete this one. And ISBN. When you are uploading your book on Amazon KDP, you can select to choose a free ISBN and then paste it here, like so, just paste it. Or if you have your own ISBN, you can type it directly here or at this stage. And the copyright should go on the bottom of this page. There are several ways how to do it, but you can just move this text with space before. Okay, great. Everything is correct. We have half title page, we have title page, copyright page, and here on this page we need a table of contents. Let's write table of contents and hit enter. Okay, here we should place a table of contents. For that, go to text, table of contents, insert. You can see that it reads no table of contents entries found. Go to table of contents tab and choose which headings should be inserted in the table of contents. This heading 1 and 2 styles are default styles from Affinity. We should disable those and click on heading 1 that we made in the Word, so which was copied with the text from Word. Set the character style to Garamond. It should be as the main font, 11. Space before, we should say it's exactly 15. And space after is 0. If you want to add dots from going from the title to the page number, select this and go to tab stop. Here you can choose glyph. Okay, now we have it. You can also add space between the entries just to make it a little bit cleaner, give it more room. And since we added a line break here, the line break is represented here as just a space. You can remove those space. If you don't like this chapter written with all caps, you can also correct that. Just copy everything. Go to text, capitalization, and to title case. But now you can see that these small words like the, of, and are also capitalized. We can change that because according to rules, those short words shouldn't be capitalized. Select this text, make sure that the spelling is also selected as English, United Kingdom. Hyphenation, it can be United Kingdom or United States, doesn't work, just select it auto. Go to text and again set title case. Now it works correctly, but we have to correct the numbers here. Now we have completed the most of the formatting work. Everything looks correctly. And since we added some pages here, we see empty page here. To get rid of that, go to document, pages, delete pages, select the last page, so it's 96, and number of pages that you want to delete is 1, and yes, deleted. No empty pages should be in the book at the end of the book if it's not made intentionally. Okay, now we should add footers. To do so, let's choose a master page, add another text frame just below it, go to text, insert, fields, page number. And on the master page, this symbol appears because it's a field, yes. And on the pages, you can see that something doesn't work here. The text is overflown. Go back to master page, select the master page, say that the text style is body, and it should be fixed. You see it here. Page number 8, page number 10. And the text inside this frame should be as the main text. Garamond 11 and centered. Now you can copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and place another one just below the text frame on the right side page. Okay, let's check it. Great, now we have the page numbers. Seems like it's too close to the main text, so let's just move them a little bit lower. Now it looks better. And the page numbers, so the footers, must appear on the page after the table of contents, so here. And everything else should be deleted. Okay, let's check once again. This is our half title. This is our title page. Everything looks good. Copyright page, table of contents. Make sure that the number of pages here match the real page number inside the book. So chapter 1 on the page 7. Okay. You can go through the book once again. Okay. We have just completed book formatting with Affinity. Now we need to export this as a PDF for Amazon KDP. Go to File, Export, Export. You can open Preflight and check what warnings it gives. It gives some spelling mistakes. You can check it or you can ignore it. The most important thing is that there is no errors. All of these are warnings that could be ignored. So for example, this one or more table of contents needs entries updating. Don't care about that. It happens because we just changed the table of contents manually. So you could see something like that. Other things is okay. Go again, export, export. Ignore and continue this time. Choose PDF format from here. Choose press ready. And area, choose all pages. Okay, great. Click export. Choose where you want to save it. Okay, book 1. And let's check what we have just done. Let's open book 1. Okay, looks good. This shows page by page on Mac and also on Windows. If you use Adobe Acrobat, you can show to view it as a spread, as 2 pages here, to check it how it looks when printed. I hope this video was very helpful for you, and now you can format your book for Amazon KDP and many other platforms. Of course, this is not in-depth tutorial on Affinity or book formatting, and if you want to watch step-by-step course, please let me know in the comments section. Please also feel free to ask any question about book formatting. If you want me to format your book, I will be happy to help. Message me in LinkedIn, Facebook or Fiverr. See you in the next video.